And let's do it. Alrighty, so we're just going to start seated just to warm up a little bit. For today's session, we're going to be focusing on our core, a little bit of arms and our inner thighs and booty as well. So let's just start by alternating side reaches, just as far as you can go. I want you to inhale as you come through to the center and exhale as you reach over, just side to side. Now, I have hurt my back, so I'm going to be stopping and starting a lot today. So if I stop, that doesn't mean you stop. I'll let you know when you need to stop. All right, we're going to turn these into twists. So exhale, twist to one side. Inhale back through to the center. Exhale, twist to the other side as far as you can. Back to center. Side to side. Definitely twist further than I am. As far as you can. All right, now we're going to roll onto our back. Feet planted nice and close to your hips. I want you to focus on really tucking the pelvis under, getting that back nice and flush on your mat. And then from here, we're going to start from our tailbone. Imagine curling up that tailbone, curling your whole spine until we are restricted, keeping the ribs down. And then we're slowly going to roll back towards the floor, down every vertebrae. So for here, for this one, we're focusing on spinal stability through the lower back. So if we ever flare our ribs, it means we're going to be dumping into our lower back. So really pay attention to where your ribs are pointing. You want them to point downwards towards your hips. So just slowly rolling through that. Feels quite good on the lower back as you come back down. We'll just go through a few more of these. Squeeze your glutes to the top, squeeze your core, and down. Beautiful. One more. And then rest those hips on the floor. Then we're just going to start with some gentle pelvic floor activation. So I want you to think about drawing that blueberry upwards, engaging your pelvic floor, and then letting it release completely. Engage and release, just to switch it on, get it to help us through the class. Once you feel comfortable with switching that pelvic floor on, we're going to switch on and then activate your lower abdomen by pulling your hip bones towards each other. As you do that, lift one leg and then slowly lower it down. Re-engage pelvic floor, draw your belly button in and raise the other leg. We're really focusing on hip stability as we do this. We don't want to feel a shift through our hips as we swap sides. Our core should be doing a really good job at keeping everything stable. Nice and slow. Beautiful. Now we're going to bring both legs up into that tabletop position. Tuck your pelvis under, get that back nice and flat, and bring your knees on top of your hip joint, shins parallel to the roof. You know, reach your arms up towards the roof as well. And we're going into a dead bug. So opposite arm to leg extends out. If that's a bit challenging, you can just do the leg part, which I'm going to do because of my back. Otherwise, just reaching opposite arm to leg, really focusing on keeping the back flat, drawing that belly button in, nice slow extensions. And as you bring arm and leg back, really squeeze ribs down towards the floor. Beautiful. 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. Plant your feet down again. Bring your arms by your side. We're just going to let our knees kind of rock side to side, massaging that lower back a little bit. Side to side. Beautiful. All right, feet planted again, knees in the center. We're going to go back to those roll up glute bridges. So back's nice and flush on the mat, slowly curling the tailbone up, letting your hips follow, but keeping those ribs pressing down. Rolling up and then curling through every vertebrae to come back down. And as you do this, really engage that pelvic floor while lifting the hips. Awesome. One more here. And then straight into that dead bug. So arms and legs up towards the roof. Opposite arm to leg extends. And other side. Beautiful. Keep moving through that. Keep your back flat on the floor. If you feel your lower back lifting, then it means your legs are going too far down to the floor. So really focus on that lower back. Beautiful. 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. Hug your knees into your chest. And then whenever you're ready, we are going to roll over onto hands and knees. Alrighty, let's start just with a cat-cow, just to feel both positions of our spine, pressing the floor away and scooping the belly. As you do this, I want you to pay attention to what your pelvis is doing. So as we press the floor away, the pelvis and tailbone tuck under. And as we scoop the belly, the pelvis points up to the sky. So just take note of that, note of how that feels, particularly how it feels when you tuck under. Beautiful. And then we're going to find our mid position, which will be a nice flat back. So we're going to go into a single-sided bird dog. For this one, we are pressing the floor away, taking opposite arm to leg and extending directly forwards and back. We'll come back to the center, join knee and elbow, and then reach out. So same side. As we do this, try not to lift your leg up to the roof because that's going to load through the lower back. So really think about that tailbone tucking under the whole way through. And you'll find you're a little bit restricted. If that tailbone's tucked, you can't actually lift your leg any higher. So really think about activating the core here. Keep going on that side for me. Reaching forward and back and then crunching under, elbow to knee. And we're going to move through 4 more of those. Beautiful. 3, 2, and then 1. We're going to leave our leg elevated. Bring your hand back to the mat. So we're on 3 points here. And I want you to think about your hips staying like train tracks towards the mat. So we don't want to be twisting outwards. From here, keep your toe pointed, your leg nice and active, like you're reaching back to whatever wall is behind you. And from here, we're going to tuck our elbows in, bring your nose towards the mat, and then press back up. So a little tripod tricep push up. Just go as low as you can, but your goal here is to not allow that leg to move. So we're staying active through the core and the glutes and the hips, tucking those elbows in. Beautiful, nice and slow on the way down and up. Super controlled here. 3, 2, and 1. Pausing here. Now with our leg, we're going to go up to the sky, across our back leg, and then out to the side. Across and out to the side, like you're drawing a big rainbow with your toes over your back leg. And again, we're not moving our hips as we do this, so you shouldn't feel those hips shifting. And that might make your range of motion a little shorter, but that's all right. Really focusing on that core control, going side to side. Keep on moving through that big arch, like a big rainbow behind you. And if you want an extra challenge, you can take that opposite arm off the floor, and it's going to be more difficult. Beautiful. 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Bring hand and knee back to the floor. And we're going to move through some tricep circles. So imagine you're drawing a circle with the tip of your head. We're going to drive the elbows towards the floor, shift back slightly. When our elbows are hovering on the floor, we're going to scoop forwards and up. So we're kind of leaning forwards. And then we'll draw that circle back to where we were. So shifting back, elbows to the floor, sweep through and up. And then come back. Really spread your hands as wide as you can. Press your fingertips into the floor so that you're spreading the load through the hands as well as the wrists. Beautiful. 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Give your wrists a little bit of love if you need. And then we're going to go into that bird dog on the opposite side. So back to hands and knees, reaching arm and leg out, meeting your elbow in the center, pressing the floor away to curl through the abs. Really paying attention to where your pelvis is at, keeping it tucked under and that core engaged. Beautiful. Keep reaching and keeping that core stability through your ribs and hips. Beautiful. 3, 2, and 1. We're going to stay here with that back legs pointing out. Nice active straight leg, both hands on the mat and into those tricep push-ups, keeping the hips steady, leg nice and stable. We don't want it swinging around. And every few reps, just checking with your lower back. Do you need to roll the pelvis under again? Really press the floor as you come back up from those tricep push-ups. Beautiful. 3, 2, and 1. Now press the floor away, creating that big rainbow with our back leg, drawing the rainbow over and back. Beautiful. Really keep those hips steady, nice and still. Tuck the pelvis under, draw your belly button in, and press the floor away. Stay active through your arms. If you want an extra challenge, take your opposite arm off the mat, so you're having to stabilize even more. Beautiful. Keep on moving. Keep drawing those rainbows. Beautiful. 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. Bring that knee back to the floor. Awesome. And then we're going back to those tricep circles. Spread your hands nice and wide. If your needs to be more challenging, just walk your knees back a little bit. Bring your elbows back towards the floor. Sweep through to straight arms. And then sweep back the way you came. Drawing that circle with the crown of your head. Beautiful. Taking it super slow and controlled. Amazing. Getting as close to the floor as you can. Keeping the elbows tucked in nice and close. We'll do 3 more of those. And 1 more. Beautiful. Sitting up, just give your wrists some love. Clasp them together, draw some little circles with those knuckles. And you can also press your hands into the floor, fingers pointing to you to stretch through those wrists as well. Just flipping around from palm down to palm up is a good one. All right, we're going to go back to bird dog on our first side, and we're going to build up on some of these movements. So setting up, tuck the pelvis under, flat lower back, opposite arm to leg reaches out and comes back in. Awesome. If you want an extra challenge here, you can walk your knees back to be in a push-up position as you reach arm and leg out. It's going to make it a lot less stable for you. Definitely more challenging, or you can just stay on your little tabletop. Keep reaching and then meeting in the middle. Really focus, ribs down, pelvis tucked under. Beautiful. On this next one, we're going to pause outstretched. What we're going to do is we're going to imagine lifting our hand and our foot up just a few centimeters and then come back to where you were. So we're not going all the way down to the floor, just really small pulses upwards. This is going to challenge your control on the core and keeping that lower back flat. So we don't want to feel our lower back curl as we do this. Up and down. 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Leave your leg where it is. Going into our tricep push-ups. You can stay in this tabletop tripod, or you can walk your hands forwards, tuck the hips under, and go into a bit more of a true tricep push-up. Wherever you're at, you are aiming to get your nose to the floor, keeping the elbows tucked in and really stretching that leg back behind you, squeezing the glute and pull your belly button up into your spine. Beautiful. Three, 2, and 1. Awesome. All right, we're going to go back into our leg rainbows. You can either stay in your tripod, or if you wanted to take it up a notch, you could come up into a high plank and do the same. Your rainbows are going to be a lot smaller, but it's going to get more core and hip stability involved. Drawing that little arch side to side. If any of this is putting too much pressure on your wrist, you can drop to your forearms, but keep all of those other technique points in check. Pelvis tucked under, core tight. Beautiful. 3, 2, and 1. Keep that leg stretched out. Whether you're in your tripod or your plank, we're going to bring that knee in towards your chest and stretching back out, squeezing the glute. Keep pressing the floor away, in and out to straight. Beautiful. Really focusing on active leg, active spine, active everything. Check in with those muscles. Are they switching on? 3 more knee tucks. 2. And 1 last one. We're keeping our legs straight and pulsing. And again, you can still be in your plank for this. Pelvis tucked under, squeeze that booty, squeeze the core. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. Come back to all fours or a push-up position. And we're going straight into those tricep circles. Elbows towards the mat, reaching forwards and coming back. Bring those elbows as close to the mat as you can. Keeping them tucked in and drawing that little circle with your head forwards and back. Amazing. Let's move through 4 more of those. 3, 2, and 1. Fabulous. All right, coming into a nice child's pose. If you need a little breather, let your chest sink towards the floor. Take a few deep breaths. And moving on to the other side. Back into your bird dog. Opposite side, reaching out and back in, either on tabletop or in your push-up position to make it more challenging. Really press the floor away, draw that belly button in, pelvis tucked under. And try not to lift that leg up to the roof. We're thinking about going straight behind you. Beautiful, slow and controlled. Really build that stability. Three, 2, 1. Beautiful. Keep that leg out and into your tricep push-ups. Elbows tucked in. If you have the strength, you're definitely welcome to do a plank version of your tricep push-up with 1 leg off or in your push-up position. Try to get your nose as close to the mat as you can with those elbows tucked in. Keep your pelvis tucked under. Beautiful. Should really be feeling those arms heat up by now. Keep it up. 3, 2, and 1. Amazing. Leg stays out and we're drawing our rainbows side to side, getting as high as you can without sinking in the lower back. And again, into your plank if you want this to be an extra challenge. Not worrying about the size of your rainbow, but really paying attention to that lower back and pelvis control. And you can take that opposite hand off the mat to make it more challenging. Beautiful. 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Hold your leg out, tuck that knee in and stretch it out long. Again, can jump into your plank position if you like. Really reaching backwards, keep the lower back flat. Beautiful. 3, 2, and 1. Stretch that leg out and little pulses up and down. Keep your toes pointed, leg activated, pelvis tucked under. Just really baby pulses. Good job, team. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. Sit back in your child's pose if you need. Awesome. Alrighty, our next block is going to be a little standing series. Let me just adjust this screen. So we are going to be moving through some sumo squats and side lunges. Jess, just wave your hand if this wide leg position is uncomfortable or if it's just split squat. Both? Yeah, okay, cool. No worries. I'll give you some options instead. Alrighty, so set up in a nice wide position, but Jess, you're just going to stay hip width. All right, we're going to go into some sumo squats or normal squats for you, Jess. Toes pointing outwards, knees pressing out, coming as low as you can. We're going to pause for 3 seconds at the bottom and then up. Nice and slow on the way down. Pause, 3, 2, 1, and up. If you have weights nearby, feel free to add these. Although we are going to be moving through a few leg burners. 3-second hold at the bottom. And dragging up. Beautiful. 3. Just warming up those inner thighs. 2. And 1. We're going to stay down the bottom here. If you're in your sumo position, we're going to start to slide side to side, but we're staying low. So we're just kind of gliding our legs side to side. Jess, I want you to go from narrow squat, step to the side, stay low the whole time. So you are stepping and the rest of us are gliding. Staying as low as you can. Really drive your booty back like so. So we're shifting forward slightly, but not too much. Keep sliding side to side. Side to side. Stay low, team. Go 3, 2, and 1. Stay in that deep squat wherever you are. And we're going to go into toe lift, or heel lift, sorry. Our heels are going to lift up. We're going to stay low and try not to move our hips. Same for you, Jess, just in that narrow position. So up onto the heels, staying as deep as you can in that squat. And we shouldn't really see your hips move as you do that. Beautiful. Getting those calves working, feeling that through the inner thighs. Three, two, and one. Beautiful. Shake out those legs for a moment. I'm going to do 2 more rounds through this mini sequence, just adding a few movements into it. So heading back to your sumo squat, instead of doing our 3-second pause at the bottom, we're going to turn that into 3 pulses and then coming up. Straight back down, 3 bottom pulses and up. Really press the knees out. Getting as low as you can. Feel those thighs. Drive your booty back. Little pulses. Amazing. Keep it up. Keep moving. Nice controlled pulses at the bottom there. And then driving up and straight back into the next rep. Beautiful. 3, 2, and 1. This time we're going to stay low, going to our lunge sliders, but as we get to each side, we're going to add a heel lift. Slide to the other side, heel lift on that bent knee. Slide, heel lift. Slide, heel lift. Beautiful. Staying as low as possible. We don't want to feel those hips come up at all. They are staying in one plane. Beautiful. 3, 2, and 1. Now staying in this deep squat position, we're going to turn to the side. So we're nice and wide, still low, and we're just dropping our back knee down and up. Beautiful. Staying low the whole time. We're not coming back up from the squat. We're just in a little pulse at the bottom. Beautiful. Keep it moving. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Quick change over to face the other way and straight into it. Staying low. Let's go. Drop that knee. Bottom half pulses. Beautiful. 3, 2, 1. Coming back to that middle squat and heel lifts. Staying as low as possible. You got it. We'll have a break soon. Keep moving through. Push through that burn. You got this. Press the knees out. Lift those heels. Good job, team. 3, 2, and 1. All right, have a little rest. Shake out those legs. All right, 1 more round. Set up in that sumo squat. Instead of doing our 3 pulses to rise, we're doing continuous pulses. So setting up in that squat position, continuous pulses at the bottom, really pressing the knees out, getting as deep as you can. Stay low. Beautiful. Good. Really feel that heat up. Let's keep it moving. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. Straight into the lunge slider with 1 heel lift as you get there. Jess, you're still on your step outs, but as you get back to your narrow squat, lift the heels. Yeah, perfect. Beautiful. So side lunge, heel lift, side lunge, heel lift. You got it. Stay low. Let's push through the burn, guys. Keep it up. 3, 2, and 1. Staying low, turning to your front lunge, just dropping that bottom knee. So just same thing for you, just super narrow. All right, just the bottom pulse. Drop the knee down to the floor, up a tiny bit and back down. You got it. 3, 2, 1. Moving straight onto the other side, staying low. We're not coming up just yet. You got it. Drop that back knee down. Good job, team. Keep pushing. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Back to your front facing lunge, deep as you can, and lift those heels. Last one for today. You just got to push through this one. Go, team. Keep it up. Stay low. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Amazing. Bring your feet together. Big stretch up to the sky. And then drive the hips back to fold forwards. And just kind of twist side to side, feeling that release through the lower back. Beautiful. Slowly come back up. And then we're going to sit down, bring the soles of the feet together and let your knees fall out to the side. You can either lean forward to feel a deeper stretch, or if that's a bit uncomfortable, just kind of wiggle your knees and that'll help to loosen up the inner thigh and groin area. Beautiful. And then you can do whatever you like with your legs, cross them or sit on your knees, whatever's more comfy. We're going to go into a big side stretch and hold here. Deep breathing. Reach as far off to the side as you can. Stay in that position. And then over to the other side. Big, big stretch. Awesome. Come onto hands and knees. And move through some of those cat-cows. Maybe going side to side or drawing little circles, whatever feels best for you. Beautiful. Sit back onto your heels in a child's pose, either with wide legs or narrow, whatever you feel. Really stretch your arms forward, let your chest sink down. Take a few big, deep breaths here. And give yourself a pat on the back for making it through that Pilates session. Alrighty, thanks so much for joining me today, guys. Sorry I couldn't join in completely, but I hope you enjoyed it.